Wide receivers, who are we starting?
My guy, Jaden Reed. I mean, this is more of like, validation. He had a bad game last week. I know he had a bad game last week, but look at the matchup. Like, if he had a bad matchup, I'd say it, but he's got the Jags. They've given up the 4th most fantasy points to wide receivers, and 9 have scored more than 14 points against them, including 4 who did most of their damage out of the slot. Reed is a slot receiver. Keep the faith. Start Jaden Reed. And when I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong. And I was wrong about George Pickens last week. He had a great game. He's got the other New York team this week, the Giants. This is a positive matchup. They've given up the 6th most fantasy points to perimeter receivers. Yeah. Russell Wilson seems to have a little something going on with George Pickens. Unlike Justin Fields, Russell will actually throw the ball downfield and let George Pickens go up and win those contested catches. I think that's a positive. George Pickens is a wide receiver 2 this week.
Who are we sitting?
Diontae Johnson. And to be quite honest with you, I had him on this list before the announcement came that Bryce Young was going to be the quarterback. That makes it even worse. Diontae Johnson is very hard to start this week. He's dealing with multiple injuries. Oh, by the way, Broncos, all the way Patrick Surtain, assuming he's back this week. And the defense for Denver has given up 1 touchdown and the 3rd fewest fantasy points to perimeter receivers. So Diontae Johnson, enjoy those fantasy points while you had him with Andy Dalton under center. And then I'm going to go Marvin Harrison Jr. And this is not a rage sit him. I did trade him in a couple of leagues because he's become a headache for me. And I was wrong. I mean, listen, it's a long season. Maybe he'll bounce back, and I hope he does. But Miami's defense has allowed 1 touchdown and the 4th fewest fantasy points to perimeter receivers. And oh, by the way, Jalen Ramsey. I'm a little worried about Harrison Jr. this week. If you play him, temper your expectations.